we're talking about making solutions together, we don't want to just spin our wheels. We want to know that we're moving in the right direction. And part of getting people involved with us is giving them some hope that if we go to the legislature, if we keep doing what we're doing, if we raise funds, if we keep trying to expand our programs, whether it be family or peer, we are going to provide that hope, and the hope is energy. The hopeless are the negatives, and NAMI is this organization that says, yeah, it's possible to recover, it's possible to not die from a mental illness if we work together.
And in this world, there's so many people, they don't want to even talk, and there are not too many people who want to listen either. So I think we have in NAMI a great platform of upliftment that, okay, I'm here to listen. I'm here to listen to your emotions. Because somehow we are pressing the emotions totally. You know, we're talking about body, mind, and health, but emotions are kept aside. And in NAMI has this best approach I've seen to listen. We are not here to treat, but we are here to listen. By listening, we come with something that becomes a solution.
I have a sister who was diagnosed with schizophrenia at the age of 18 and is my hero because she's managed her life. She's now in her late 50s, and she's managed her life really well. But as we all know, to be in recovery with an illness that is that difficult is a challenge, a lifelong challenge, and she's managed that by going through hospitalizations, and she's had 2 children, and done a wonderful job of managing her life while she's battled with her illness experience. And that's what really brought me to NAMI. I felt so appreciative, so grateful that my sister had a life that was worthwhile and fulfilling, that I felt it was time to give something back.
Structure, support, success. I felt like such a failure because I lost so much when I had a major breakdown. I couldn't work anymore. My family was so under pressure to help me, all those kind of things, and to feel like, oh, I can be successful again. And I couldn't have done that without NAMI. I can't say enough about coping. We all have to do it, but if you're gonna stay well, there's no choice. There's no choice. And I don't look at coping and treatment as either or. I think they're complementary, and the number one comment I hear from people is, why doesn't my doctor or my therapist talk to me about these things? And it always comes back, they don't have time, but NAMI does.
So what we do is we teach them a mindfulness. Look at the present. You're non-judgmental to yourself first. And they start enjoying the life. Why should I? Because as you're going into the past, that is more and more getting serious. Sure. The consciousness is such, when we see each other, somebody visit us from, as in NAMI, the consciousness is very strong. That this person is here, and I'm here to make a little change.
I think that the thing I've learned the most about working in these programs is I have to ask, how can I help? Not tell them what I'm going to do, or you should. It's how can I help? Mm-hmm. And I'm very confident that, especially NAMI Eastside, has those ways of connecting. And then I've seen it. To me, these programs are not some kind of an intellectual concept. These programs are living what's happening. We have many people in Our Own Voice that went from 0 to full-time employment. Wow. That's awesome. We give them hope of recovery. Really, with all of our programs, if we were not offering some sort of hope through all of the NAMI programs, we wouldn't be able to function. Why would you move forward if there's no hope of getting better? I think of the family to family when I send speakers, and I say, you're going to be dealing with people who are right in the middle of it, and they might kind of pull at you, so just be aware. that you don't have to solve all their problems, but they're going to get help. They're going to get hope. And without it, we would die. You know, we really would. And I describe hope as that's the thing that allows us to tie a knot at the end of our rope. so we don't fall off. You know, we're just grasping at it, and it just takes that one knot.
There are so many factors involved in finding a road to recovery that people need to see the full range, and that's where NAMI is so strong, because we can understand all the alternatives, because we're a national-based organisation that has the scope to provide specific educational material, because we train people to provide the kind of support that people need, because we advocate with the legislature in Washington State and nationwide for solutions to mental health issues state by state, and all of this is taking us towards a much improved picture for people with mental health challenges.
We make a difference. And I know for interim voice presenters, 201, they say, this is really what I wanted to do, is to speak to peers in their highest level of crisis. When we talk about successful and fulfilled, that's what we're talking about. I'm really fortunate that I have some wherewithal to do certain things, but I have had to work super hard to position myself in a place where I could have recovery, I could have some control, but also that instead of mental illness being 95% of my existence and my existence being at 5%, I could flip it over and say I can live my life as long as I do my treatment, so it isn't an overwhelming thing every day of my life. That was really important to me when that finally flipped. It's not to say I don't have bad days where I have to do more for myself, but those bad days are really few and far between compared to the past where the police are at my house, or you know, I'm making an ER run or whatever is going on. I don't have that kind of drama in my life anymore. And
that's great.
Yeah, and if I tell this story, hopefully people will have hope.
Yes.
We'll be victorious. That's what we're going to teach our people. You're going to be victorious.
And I believe in NAMI. NAMI can do it. We just could use a little more help ourselves.